My dearest student, welcome to my online class. Hope you are well by the grace of Almighty. So look at these pictures and guess, these are the beautiful? All these islands beautiful? These islands belong to one of the most beautiful countries in the world. The Swimming Islands and belong one of the most beautiful countries in the world. This country is a famous tourist destination. People from all over the world came to visit this island. Unfortunately, this is the lowest country in the world. Very sadly and regrettably, this is the very lowest country in the world. This country is under threat of submerging due to the global warming. The power of tsunami made a great destruction here. At the time of tsunami in 2004, they attacked this island. This country is in Asia. This is the flag of this country. Now can you guess what is the name of this country? Look, the Maldives. So today I am going to discuss about Unit 6, Lesson 3. Now look at some keywords. Cluster, meaning buns and clump. Atoll, meaning isle and reef. String, meaning seine, caught. Settler, meaning colonizer. Colony, meaning territorial possession. Abolish, meaning terminate or eradicate. Assume, meaning presume or suppose. Lagoon, meaning pool and pond. Rank, meaning great. Idyllic, meaning blissful. Prediction, meaning prophecy. Threat, meaning intimidation. Cabinet, meaning administration or authority. Emission, meaning discharge, release. Now read out the text. The Republic of Maldives is an island country in the Indian Ocean. The Republic of Maldives. Republic means state in which supreme power is held by the people and their elected representative. So Maldives is a republic country. Is an island. Island means a territory or a land enclosed by the water in the Indian Ocean. There are 5 oceans in the world. Indian Ocean is one of them. It has 1,199 islands that are clustered into the 26 major atolls. Cluster means a group of similar things or people positioned or occurring closely together. That means bunch and into 26 major atolls. An atoll is a ring-shaped coral reef or a string of closely spaced and coral island. Coral reef, an area of the coral, the top of which can sometimes be seen just above the sea. An atoll is a ring-shaped coral reef or a string, cord or sail of closely placed coral islands. The natural coral reefs of Maldives are surrounded by the sea all around and stay known as a pole in the Indian Ocean. The natural coral reefs. The natural means an organic coral reefs of Maldives are surrounded, enclosed or circled by the sea all around and stand out as a pole, and that will be easily noticeable as a pole in the Indian Ocean. What is the meaning of pole? A hard object grows in a shell. The Maldives stand at the 8th smallest country in the world with an area of only 300 square kilometers. The Maldives placed at the 8th position, smallest, littlest country in the world with an area. The total area of the Maldives is 300 square kilometers. But it is the smallest Asian country. It is the littlest Asian country in terms of regarding population, resident, inhabitant, and size and measurement. People have been living on the islands of Maldives for nearly 3,000 years. People have been residing on the islands of Maldives for nearly approximately 3,000 years ago. They set sail different parts of the world. They started their journey from the different part of the world, Asia, Arabia, Europe and America, to come to this island, to visit this island. The earlier settler of this Maldives, the earlier dwellers, resident, inhabitants of Maldives were probably means very likely from southern Indian and Sri Lanka. They came from southern part of India and Sri Lanka, who came to this island in the 4th or 5th century BC. They came this island before Christ, of 4th and 5th century means BC means before Christ. And in the 12th century AD, means anatomy, sailors, the mariners from East Africa and Arab countries came to the Maldives, and they came from East African Arab countries to Maldives. As a result, the Maldivians, who were originally the inhabitants of Maldives, who originally were a beginning Buddhist, and they followed the religion Buddhist, and they were converted to the Sunni Islam, and they transformed their religion from Buddhist to Sunni Islam in the mid-12th century. In the middle part of the 12th century, they converted from Buddhist to Sunni Islam. In 1344, Ibn Battuta, this is a famous Arab historian and a scholar. Scholar means academic, intellectuals, and made a journey around the Maldives. In 60th century, the Portuguese conquered the Maldives and ruled the country for the 15 years. In the 60th century, the Portuguese captured the Maldives and ruled the country for 15 years and governed the country for only 15 years. Though governed as an independent Islamic Sultanate for the most of its history from 1153 to 1968. The Maldives ruled as an independent Islamic Sultanate kingdom for most of its history. From 1153 to 1968, the Maldives ruled as independent Islamic Sultanate. The Maldives was a British colony from 1887 to 1965. But later part, and Maldives became the colony of British from 1887 to 1965. Falling independent from Britain in 1965. After getting independent from Britain in 1965, the Sultanate continued to operate for another 3 years. The independent Islamic Sultanate continued with operations another 3 years. And on the November 11 in 1968, the independent Islamic Sultanate was abolished and banished and replaced by the Republic, and took the place by a Republic country. Republic means power held by the people and their elected representative. The country assumed its present name. Assume means presume or suppose its present name. Maldives is famous as a tourist destination because of its enjoyable weather. Maldives is a famous, very renowned and prominent tourist destination target because of its enjoyable, entertaining and amusing weather and heavenly beaches, divine sea beaches and lagoons, font or fort, and luxurious holiday resort. And luxurious means an expensive and deluxe holiday resort. The peace-loving people. The people inclined to avoid the conflict and aggression, and they came to this country. Maldives was ranked as the best country for the beautiful beaches and facilities for recreation in 2008. The Maldives was ranked and placed as the best country for beautiful beaches, attractive sea beaches, and facilities and benefits for recreation, Recreation means the activity done for enjoyment when one is not working. That means pleasure, relaxation. In 2008, Maldives and placed the best country for beautiful sea bases or coastline. Maldives is well known for being the lowest country in the world. So Maldives is the lowest country in the world, and fortunately, very sadly and regrettably and unhappily, this a small country with idyllic natural beauty. That means extreme natural beauty is under threat, under danger from rising sea level. The sea level is rising due to the global warming, due to greenhouse effect. Most of the country is just 1.5 meter above the sea level, with the highest point of 2.3 meters. In the world, the most of the country is 1.5 meter above the sea level. Those one countries, the highest point of the sea level is 2.3 meters. Many predictions have been made with respect to Maldives and being swept away by the rising water level in Indian Ocean. Many predictions, many prophecies have been made with respect to the Maldives being swept away, but being washed away by the rising water level in the Indian Ocean. And when the power of tsunami of 2004, the tsunami attacked the island nation, many of the island dry parts were flooded by the seawater. Many of these island dry parts were inundated by the seawater. The government of the Maldives has begun to persist. Now the government of Maldives has started to buy the land from nearby countries for resetting its people in case of island go underwater. If the country go under the water, to settle their residents in another countries, Maldives government has started to buy the land from nearby countries. So look at the scenic beauties of Maldives. How beautiful this picture are. The beauty of the Maldives. In order to highlight the threats of global warming to its low-lying islands, to show off the threats of danger of global warming to its low-lying island, the government of Maldives held and took place a cabinet meeting under water in 2009. The government of Maldives took a cabinet meeting under the water in 2009. That was the first ever underwater cabinet meeting in the world. This meeting was the first time that any type of cabinet meeting held under the water. The meeting took place about the 5 meter underwater. That means approximately 17 feet under the water in a blue-green lagoon. Lagoon means pond, or we can say the pool on a small isle. Well, underwater, the cabinet signed a document, and in that meeting, the cabinet signature a document calling all nations to cut their carbon emission, reduce the carbon emissions and save these islands from the carbon dioxide for global warming. Grammar focus. The use of the before the place or a country, usually that does not sit before the name of any country. For example, Bangladesh is our motherland. Here we don't need to use the before the Bangladesh. But significant geographical areas such as the sits before the Deccan, southern part of ancient India. Punjab, for example, the Deccan, the Punjab were under the Mughal rule. Again, we use the before the archipelago. The cluster of islands, for example, the Maldives, the Solomon Islands, the Andamans. That is, the Maldives consist of a cluster of islands, and that is why we'll have to put the article before Maldives. And that is why the sits before Maldives. Your homework is write a letter to your foreign friend describing scenic beauty of Maldives. Stay home, stay safe. Thank you.